Good day, and thank you for joining us as we examine the education and welfare of inmates in Nigeria's correctional facilities. We are being joined by the Deputy Comptroller-General of Corrections at the Nigerian Correctional Service, Mr. Chukas Njoku, to examine this. Thank you for joining us, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
So, if you are to evaluate what the NCS has done so far, how would you grade the NCS in terms of reformation and rehabilitation of prisoners in the past 1 year since the signing of the law?
Yeah, 1 year since signing the law, we've done marvelously well. We are not actually doing what we are not doing before, but the law has given us a broader um, spectrum to rehabilitate and reform our inmates. You can also know that our effort is being hampered by the of the pandemic since February, since March. As you are aware, everything in Nigeria is slowed, all over the world is slowed down because of the COVID-19. But this as may be, we have structure in terms of training. Permit me to say that correctional centers are like school, they're essentially school training institutions. Every day we open up our inmates, we train them in different aspects of both professional and non-professional skills. And we're partnered with the National Open University and other actors who are providing one way or the other educational palliative to our inmates. So since 1 year, it's been tremendous because we have, for instance, in 2017, we have about 69 of our inmates who graduated from the Yawa College of Education in Ondo State. In 2019, we have 40 inmates that graduated. Then 2019 also, we have 30 of them that enrolled in one school. In one school. Now we have a total of 649 as at last year. Our inmates that are enrolled in National Open University. Some are PhD, some are master's degree program, and some are first degree program. I'm not talking about college educations and all the rest of it, but in the university alone, we have 649 that last year. Because of this year pandemic, we've not actually recorded no school. There's no school that section for that.
All right. I already understand. I clearly understand that. So, thank you very much for that. So, regarding the issue of providing access to them, how is and the correctional service collaborating with various stakeholders in making sure that they all have equal access to education like others that are not in incarceration?
Yes, like I said, we have welfare units in all our institutions. We have welfare units. It's a full-fledged directorate in correctional centers. And all the custodial centers, we have people who are in charge of education, inmate education. So they collaborate with various schools and various, both secondary school, even some of them, like today, we empowered 33 inmates in different aspects: hairdressing, carpentry, machinery, barbing salon, tailoring, 33 of them in 7 different skills. This is what we call aftercare. That is those who pass through different training in our custodial centers are empowered after going through stress test 1, stress test 2, stress test 3. They are empowered. And the Controller General graciously today gave them implements, tools, equipment to start these various skills. So we collaborate with other individuals, stakeholders, non-state actors who come in one way or the other: British Council, ICRC, who want in one way or the other to cater or sponsor some individual. Even you, I'm expecting you to come and tell me that you want to at least train 5 of them or 6 of them in the school. And one good intervention, the Vice Chancellor of National Open University, visited Comptroller-General sometime in March
Yes.
for a course visit. There, the Comptroller-General raised an issue concerning the handicap some of these inmates face when they discharge. Because the law is that when you are in correction facility, the university education is free. The moment you are discharged, the government don't pay anything again in their school. So the Comptroller-General intervened, Jafar Ahmed intervened and pleaded on their behalf. And the Vice Chancellor graciously accepted that once you are in custody and you commence any educational program in the Nigerian National Open University, even when you are discharged, you are given that free education up to PhD if you wish. So it's a very big, a huge intervention. So most of them now who are now in school are not, are not, they don't have that handicap again after they are released. They no longer, because some of them don't have money. Their parents abandoned them. They no longer have money to continue their education. But now with this palliative, with this understanding, they continue with their education until they graduate, until the final bus stop for them. So this is what we do. So, but in all the schools, in all the custodial center in Nigeria, we have educational program. We have officers that are in charge of inmate training and production. In fact, in Abuja here, we have what we call ITP, inmate training and productivity. It's headed by a deputy Comptroller-General. So you see, it's a very huge directorate, and that shows you how important their education is to us.
Thank you very much for that, sir. So we've talked about the collaborations and all that efforts as we proceed. You've talked about, I am aware that there are various collaborations, but I've heard complaints in some parts of Nigeria as well that there are no centers in some places. I don't know whether that somehow contradicts what you just said about the availability of learning centers across the country, like access to National Open University. Now, those are want to go to National Open University in Lagos. I learned that the Badagry prison does not have a center. They have to go to Ikoyi before they can learn and things like that. How are you working towards increasing access across all the prisons?
Yeah, like I say, just like every other situation in Nigeria, it's not every state that have university or every local government or it's not possible. But major prisons, major custodial centers, major ones like where you are locked, you cannot. You see, it's a huge amount to start establishing a study center. Like, let me tell you something how it works. There are some facilities we have that are very small facilities. They are meant for people that have less than 1 year in custody. This is what I'm saying. We don't, that we call them short-term prisoners, short-term inmates. Such a place, there's no educational program that you do for 1 year. Do you understand? So, but when you are convicted for 2, 3 years, 4 years, and 5 years, we move you to a bigger custodial center where you can benefit from this educational program. Like if you are sentenced in Badagry, Badagry is a smaller facility. They are not meant to hold people less than 2 years. So if you are sentenced to 3, 4 years, we don't keep you in Badagry. We move you to either Ikoyi, medium, or maximum Kirikiri. That's how it's oppressed. So we cannot begin to build a study center in a facility that holds 200, 100 inmates that have less than 1 year to serve. 6 months, 2 months, 1 year. It's not going to benefit us anything, because you don't give admission for people who have less than 1 year. It doesn't benefit them. So in that sense, what we do is so if you are a tailor or you are a shoemaker or you have an idea we can engage you in such skills for the period you are in incarceration. So it's not, but we are major in many custodian centers, major custodian centers. We have this facility. And the headquarters of OB University is a study center. It's even here in the headquarters in Abuja.
I've come across. I've been around the place before. We on the way to the airport.
Yes,
Along the airport.
Yes. Yes, exactly. You see the open university. That is where the connector is.
Yes, I do see.
So in all the contact centers that have inmates that to stay for 3 years, 2 years, 3 years, they engage the patient. And remember one thing again, we don't force them. You don't force their son to go to school. Some of them want to learn other skills like tailoring, barbing, carpentry. So the choice is theirs. For those of them that are interested, like for instance, if somebody is in Badagry and is interested in going to school, we kind of create awareness to them that there is this opportunity for them. And if the person indicates his interest, what we do is we also tell them that you will be transferred to such place. And if it's interested, we do. We transfer the person to such places to benefit from the education. So it is an ongoing thing. As a place is developing, we continue to improve. But it's a very wonderful. We are doing well.
Okay.
Well.
So far, you have said that you are doing well. The NCS is doing well. But is there any data to show how much? Do you monitor the progress of those that have left the prison? How they are faring after they leave? To measure
I told you now that the Comptroller-General Jafaru Ahmed gave tools to 33 inmates, those that have been discharged from our custodial centers. That is, we follow them after discharge. In my office right away, and I have more than 17 to 18 applications for employment, those who graduated. Somebody wrote us now that we want to publish a book, an inmate want to publish a book. We are looking for partners to help publish this book for him. So if you discharge, we follow you up. And if there's a need, we are still the next of kin. We are still their parents. We don't overlook them. We don't abandon them. So, and we also beg the society to also help them. But when the society ostracize them, excommunicate them, give them names, derogate them, they have no other no other choice than to commit crime, than to come back to custody. So it's a holistic thing. That's why sometimes when I go on air, I beg the society, I beg the community, I beg the individual, please help them. Come and instead of drinking pepper soup and beer every day, that money and train somebody. If you are able to rehabilitate or make a man shun crime, you are free to walk on the road. If all of us should make 1 or 2 persons shun crime in one way or the other, we have freer society. But when the society accumulates wealth and abandons some, what do? We have crime increase. So that is the issue. So we don't abandon them.
Okay. So what's the progress so far in decongesting the prison away from education now?
Wonderful progress. On March 12th this year, the Minister of Interior did a groundbreaking ceremony at Karishi, Abuja, for 3,000 of our modern capacity custodial center. And the President and Commander-in-Chief graciously approved 6 of its kind in each of the geographical zones in Nigeria. So when you have a 3,000 intervention in a state, in a zone, you know what it is. Then in that capacity, like for instance, we have one in Janguza, it's 95% completed. Wonderful place. By the time I visit the place. You have in Karishi, in Abuja, we have in Bori. Other 3 are coming up. We are looking for land for to do so that thing. In such a facility, we have both female and male custodial centers, 3,000. Then we have courts, about 5 courts. We have juvenile center. We have medical facilities. We have staff quarters. It's a wonderful place to behold. That like I told you, there's a massive expansion of cells in various considered centers where space provides. For instance, Ikoyi, there's no space for expansion in Ikoyi. It's congested, both structural and otherwise. So what the service is doing is to discuss about moving that considered center to Ekpe, where the discussion is ongoing. So, but where there are space or spaces, as the case may be, the Comptroller-General have massive expansion of cells.
Okay.
So, and there are other things we are doing to decongest our prisons. Like you know about the new law, Section 12 of this new law, smartly provided for a method of decongestion. One, by the provision of law, the controller will write a letter to intimate the chief judge, the attorney general, other stakeholders in criminal justice administration that the particular considered center is getting to its capacity. And if by 3 months nothing is done, the controller or the officer in charge of that considered center has the right to reject new admissions. And we also, with the new act, there is an establishment of one female prison in all the states, each state, and the FTC Abuja, we have one female prison. Okay, again, we have very serious section 43, 41, 42. Smartly provided that those that are condemned to death by hanging or by any means, when after they finish their appeal, and after 10 years, nothing is done, the chief judge may convert their sentence to life imprisonment, as the case may be. And you also look at what the federal government did recently. About 3,760 something inmates were released on amnesty, clemency, and pardon. So this and it's ongoing. The state governors are taking steps also to make sure that these people are.
All right. Thank you very much for that. So further going back to education, can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
All right. Coming back to education, what we've talked with, you've identified the provision of facility skill acquisition programs and all that for inmates. So what about those that have? We've also talked about a national open university granting free WAEC and all. Free education for those in the prisons. What about those that are without with little education, perhaps primary school education and all such people? How are they being taken care of?
We like I told you, if you come to the consultation center, we give you with what we call admission. At admission level, you indicate what you want to do or what you wish to do. If you want to go to school, you don't even hear English at all, you go into our primary school. We have schools in all the consultation centers, no matter how small it is. So in the morning, those that want to acquire other skills go to their various workshops. Those that want to school go to their classroom to teach. Those ones our staff are there. Those who are NCE, DH holders, and teachers training, they are there in all considered centers. So they take them every day in their class.
All right. Thank you very much.
Those who are interested.
To teach them, right?
We teach them. I go to teach.
No problem.
Like when I was in Owerri prison, I go to teach.
I can join actually. I can join.
That's good. No, so, wonderful. We accept you. But many people come for pro bonus. They go to teach them in these schools. So like you go to Ikoyi, tell the officer in charge, wherever you are, that you want to participate in teaching the inmate. They'll give the syllabus. And we liaise with the Ministry of Education for give us the syllabus, we follow it up.
All right. So that means
like female prison in Kirikiri. The principal, we have principals in all the contact centers. We have principals. Or headmasters, as the case may be.
So what is the process? Just take us through the process. If somebody wants to volunteer to teach now, what is the process to follow?
So go to the officer in charge, write an application that you want to offer your services in social area. Even those in religion, pastors, they come, we allow you. When they check your status, You are not a fraudulent person. You are not a criminal. You are not there to put pictures for escape or the rest of it. After they do security check on you, they will allow you to be coming to system. Nothing much. Or you can apply to me in the national headquarters here. I will send the application to the appropriate quarters.
Oh, all right. So, one more question before we end the conversation.
Yes, because I'm already.
Yes, I understand.
For that program.
Thank you very much, sir. So, I think I assume that that's the same process that anybody that wants to collaborate would go through too. You can go to.
Yes. Write an application to the controller of the states. States what you want to do, who you are, your resident address, and all the rest of it. We will smartly check. We will check you do a security check on you, and you can come and teach, can do whatever I want to do with them to offer your services. It's an open thing.
All right.
We are not a closed institution. We are open institution.
All right. So then, to the question of I don't want to. It's not really the focus of this interview, but I would just like to see how you are addressing that this time. There was a recent report about prisoners' torture and all that. How are you? How is the situation now?
What?
Torture. They talked about prisoners' torture and all that. Various statistics have been.
Torture.
Yes, torture. Violation of their rights and all that.
We are human. We are human. The people don't come out of prison with scars and wounds. We don't do that. There is no place, there's no story. People tell stories. There is nothing like torture in our custodial center. We don't do that. But let me tell you something. I was on air one time in Jos in 2001, and a pastor phoned in, and he was in the custodial center one day, just prison, and they are dragging one inmate, dragging him. I said, what did he do? He said he was caught committing homosexual. I said, if you're in your church on your own, you see somebody commit suicide, do you clap for him or her? I mean, custodial center is like every home. If your child misbehave, correct them. Don't clap for them. Remember, the people who are giving us are people you rejected, and we need to train them. Or we don't wound them. It's not as flogging them, but there are minimal use of force, just like in a home. You have children. There are things they do. Ask them to kneel down, close their eyes, do one or two things. But let me tell you one funny thing about our custodial. Before you flog an inmate for stroke of cane, a medical doctor must satisfy that inmate fit, according to a standing regulation, satisfy the inmate fit before that stroke of cane is given. And it must not be raised more than a circumference. There must be a way you flog. You don't raise your hand up and give. There's a dimension from shoulder to down. So it's just to show that we are correcting you, not punishing you. These laws are there. And if anybody else, we face the law, we punish. That's it. So issue of torture is not there.
So in conclusion, let's talk about the future.
Thank you very much.
What's the future of prisoners' welfare and education in Nigeria?
It's ongoing. Yes, every day we are working towards it. Like today, I told you we gave out very good tools that some people who have worked for 20 years cannot buy. Like the electrician, even the ladder to climb to pole was given. Every garden thing you need, electrician was given. Hairdresser, everything, dryers to hand towels to towels was given. So it's ongoing. We are trying our best. That's clap for us. We are trying so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Deputy.
Have a nice day
for joining us. We appreciate this. Thank you very much again. Bye.
Thank you.
The attention that needs to be given to them is, let's say, 80% or even 100% as far as education is concerned. Go to all our correctional homes from Lagos to anywhere in Nigeria. You will see that they only have 20%. And even the inmates are not really given a mandate that before you leave the prison, you must ensure that you add to your certificates. For somebody who doesn't even have O-level or NC or